Welcome back to Clark's Ring Rants. Let's get straight into today's video.
So we've got some pretty bizarre and breaking news coming out, and that is that Adam Azim versus Gustavo Daniel Lemos, originally scheduled for the 31st of January, has been postponed. Now it's been postponed because both fighters have picked up hand injuries in training camp, therefore ruling them out of the fight. Now, in all my years of watching boxing, I've heard of fighters pulling out due to injuries, illness, sickness, other reasons, but I've never ever heard of a situation where both fighters are injured and they actually suffer the same kind of injury. So this is a first to me, and it's quite bizarre. So originally it was Lemos who pulled out of the fight first. He suffered a hand injury and therefore he wasn't going to be able to compete in the bout on the 31st. There was then a replacement opponent brought in, and that was going to be Nahir Albright. He's a boxer who's fought the likes of Keyshawn Davis, but now that has had to be cancelled as well because Adam Azim has also picked up a hand injury in camp, therefore ruling him out of the fight. So the event has been scrapped completely now, and we will have to wait a little bit before we see Adam Azim in the ring again. Now, in his last outing, Adam Azim stopped Kurt Scooby in the final round on the undercard of Chris Eubank versus Conor Benn 2, the rematch. It was an impressive performance. He outworked him, he wore him down, and he eventually stopped him in the end. And big things have been touted for Adam Azim. He's a prospect, he's flash, he's fast, he's an exciting fighter, but his career's sort of stalled in the last few years. He was European champion at one stage. The Dalton Smith fight seemed like it was going to happen, but he vacated that title, and since then he's sort of just been treading water. He's had some okay wins, but he's not kicked on since he won that European belt. Like, once you're European champion, the next logical step surely is to push on to fringe world level and then world level. Now we look at Dalton Smith. He didn't get the fight with Adam Azim for the European title, but since then he's pushed on up to European level, and as we saw in his most recent fight, he's pushed on again even further, and now he is a world champion. Now, Adam Azim did express an interest in the Dalton Smith fight after Dalton Smith had won against Subriel Matias a few weeks ago. He said that'd be a good fight for the future if he can get hold of the IBF belt. Now, this fight was going to be an IBF final eliminator. They were going to be battling it out, but that's not happening now. So where does it leave Adam Azim in the pecking order? For me, it seems as though that Dalton Smith fight is further away than ever, because Dalton Smith now, he's got that world title. Adam Azim's in his rearview mirror. He's going to be looking at unifications. He's going to have a keen eye on the winner of Shakur and Teo this weekend. He's going to be looking at Richardson Hitchens. There's Gary Antoine Russell, and he's got his mandatory as well, Alberto Puello. Not sure how that's his mandatory, but it is what it is. So the question is, what next for Adam Azim? Where does he go? Will they try and reschedule this fight, or are they going to look to move in another direction? It's just really, I'm still a bit staggered really. I've never ever heard of two fighters getting injured simultaneously and therefore a fight being cancelled. Is that the reason? Were ticket sales poor? Did they have a change of heart about the opponent? I'm not for 1 minute suggesting anyone's lying. I'm just speculating, because these things do happen in boxing, and we all know Ben Shalom has a little bit of a history of not wanting to put his fighters in risky fights when there's a lot on the line. We saw that with Fraser Clark originally with Fabio Wardley. He's done it in the past with Adam Azim, steering him away from the Dalton Smith fight. So these questions do have to be asked. What are the true motives for this fight not going ahead? Hopefully it is just an injury, and if it is just an injury, I wish Adam Azim well. I hope he's back soon and we can see him out summer 2026, win a good fight, and then he can push on to world level, because the Dalton Smith fight is an interesting one. It's an all-British affair. We can make it for a world title, and it'd be great for British boxing. But it is just a shame that this fight has been cancelled, because I was looking forward to seeing Adam Azim out. It's good that he's active. He only fought under 3 months ago. They were going to get him back out again. Another win, push him on to world titles. But Unfortunately, this fight has been cancelled, and I'll be keen to see what Adam Azim does next. I'll be keen to hear from Ben Shalom, his take on the situation, what he's got lined up for Adam Azim, and we will just take it from there. But yeah, that's the breaking news today, guys. Adam Azim pulls out injured of his fight against Lemos. Both fighters sustaining hand injuries. What are the chances of that? Both fighters picking up the same injury, and therefore the fight is off. So we will have to wait a little bit longer till we see Adam Azim back in the ring again. But I really, really hope he can just push on, because he's just been stalling a little bit in his career recently. Let's pick up the pace, pick up the momentum, and get fighting for a world title soon. So those are my thoughts. Adam Azim cannot fight Lemos. He pulls out due to a hand injury. What do you think? Is it a legit injury, or are there some other underlying circumstances that we're not being told? Let me know. Don't forget to like, comment your thoughts, your opinions, share this video, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.